Oh, that's a pure tune.
What's happening, everybody? I don't know if we mentioned this story before, so here's a little bit of context. Nicole Fiorentino from the Smashing Pumpkins came out a couple of weeks ago saying that she was one of the girls on the infamous photograph from the Siamese Dream album cover. The band's bassist originally stated that she hadn't mentioned this to Corgan and the others because she was worried they wouldn't let her into the band. However, Ali Langer, who is actually one of the girls from the album, dismissed this claim this week, saying that the 31-year-old Fiorentino would have been a teenager at the time the photograph was taken, and therefore couldn't possibly be one of the girls on the cover. So the entire story is obviously a hoax. So what can we take away from this story? Billy Corgan likes to screw with you. This week saw the red carpet well and truly laid out at the Brixton Academy for this year's NME Awards. But as usual, the winners and losers that night were only half the story. For instance, did you know that Matt Bellamy from Muse got absolutely rat-tailed before the show, leading to a less than consistent performance on the night? There's even video evidence, there's a link in the Wunderbar. Or did you hear Biffy Clyro's cheeky comments about Simon Cowell, explaining how he gave the band a reach around in exchange for letting Matt Cardle sing their song Many of Horror? I say that's very naughty of you, Mr. Cowell. Of course, the biggest story of the night comes from two rock gods coming together for one epic performance. The Who's Roger Daltrey got to join the Foo Fighters for a rendition of Young Man's Blues. A decision, Daltrey says, was made on the spot when the two giants collided that night. Now, we've been scouring for videos of this all day, but we've only found one or two half-decent ones online. If you have access to a better quality bootleg, make sure to send us a link. We want to hit that shit up. And now it's time for our derp of the week, which this week gets served to you, planet Earth. This week it was announced that one artist in particular had beaten the likes of Take That, Gorillaz, Mumford & Sons, and a host of other British artists to be the UK's top-selling artist abroad for the second year running. That artist's name is Susan Boyle. Now I'm going to have to let that sink in for a minute. Come on, guys, get your act together. Don't you know that supporting novelty acts to this scale is just going to bring about an early apocalypse? Consider yourselves warned. Now it's time for our track of the week. I was kind of worried about this one because nothing really came out this week that I hadn't already covered. But then this video landed in my inbox this morning and I thought, I can't resist. I've got one word for you guys. Muppets. This week's track of the week is LCD Sound System's New York, I Love You, But You're Bringing Me Down. Remember, if you want us to feature your band on the show, or you've got any interesting news to talk about, send us an email at puretunesmusic@googlemail.com. And remember, if you want to chime in on any of the stories we talked about this week, leave your comments in the Wunderbar below. Anyway, that's all we've got for this week. I might have some epic news for you next week though, so keep them peeled. In the meantime, I've been Jimmy Richards, and this has been Pure Tunes. Love your faces.
New York, you're safer, and you're wasting my time. Our records all show you were filthy but fine. But they shuttered your stores when you opened the doors to the cops who were bored once they'd run out of crime.
The Who's Roger Daltrey joined the Foo Fighters on stage that night to perform the Slip, which was very nice. But not as good as the Baba Ganoush. That's the punchline.